Hello everyone! For my science homeschooling subject for this week, my lesson is about the moon. Have you ever wondered why the moon looks different at different times throughout the month? Why sometimes it looks like a banana and sometimes it looks like half of a circle, and at other times it looks like a big round ball? To answer this question, I would like to share a simple activity with you that can help you understand why the moon looks different at different times of the month. All you need is 4 simple things. You need a lamp, and a foam ball, and pencil, and a dark blue. There, it's dark. Can you see me? Okay, let's turn on the light so we can see it. There we go. The darker the room, the better. Now, in this model, the lamp is going to represent the sun, and of course, the white foam ball is going to represent the moon, and my head is going to represent the earth. So let me show you how this works. Again, the lamp represents the sun, and of course, the white foam ball represents the moon, and my head represents the earth. But before we start the activity, I would like to share to you some facts about the moon. Did you know that the moon is known as the Earth's satellite? It is because it circles the Earth, which is a bigger space object. This sentence gives you the definition of a satellite. It is an object that circles a bigger space object. The moon's diameter is said to be 3,476 kilometers, while Earth is 12,756 kilometers at the equator. In short, the moon is about 1/4 the size of the Earth. So imagine that. How far is the moon from us? It's about 384,400 kilometers away. Its path or orbit around the Earth is not exactly round, so it's sometimes a little farther or nearer to Earth. How does moonlight differ from sunlight? The sun sends out the light of its own. In contrast, the moon does not produce light. Like a mirror, it simply causes sunlight to bounce back from its surface. In other words, moonlight is reflected sunlight. Again, this is the sun, moon, and my head is the earth. So let's start the activity. We know that the moon orbits the earth. So in this model, I'm going to get the moon, the foam ball, to orbit the earth. Head. Notice that no matter where the moon is in its orbit, half of it is always lit up by the sun. But when the moon is in this position, I can't see any of the lighted side of the moon from Earth, my head. From this angle, you can see what I am seeing from Earth. We call this face new moon. When it's new moon, we look up at the sky and we can't see the moon. It's there, but the side that is reflecting sunlight is away from us. Now, as I slowly make the moon orbit to my left, we can see more and more of that lighted side. I begin to see a slither of light. That lighted side, we call this face waxing crescent moon. Waxing call this phase first quarter moon. Now we can see half of the lighted side. As we keep orbiting from the first quarter moon, we can see almost all the moon, almost the rounded shape of the moon. We call this phase waxing gibbous moon. The waxing gibbous is almost all the lighted side of the moon. Look! When we see the entire lighted side of the moon, we call this phase full moon. With this full moon, we can see from Earth, my head, this model, the whole reflection of the sun's light to the moon. After the full moon, the moon starts to orbit again. This phase is called waning gibbous moon. Waning means to decrease, so we use that word because the lighted side of the moon is beginning to decrease. This time, for the waning gibbous moon, the light is on the opposite side. For the next phase, it is the last quarter moon. The lighted side of the moon is half again, like the first quarter moon, but now it's on the opposite side. From the last quarter moon, as the moon starts to orbit again, the next phase is the waning crescent moon. Again, it's crescent moon, but the lighted side of the moon is on the opposite side and it's waning, decreasing. The waning crescent moon, finally, it's back to the new moon. And the cycle begins again. So why does the moon appear in different shapes throughout the month? Because of its orbit. The shape or phase of the moon depends on where it is in its orbit around the Earth. It takes about a month for the moon to orbit the Earth. So when you look up at the moon today, you know that you'll see that same face again about a month from now. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you give this activity a try. And I hope that next time you see the moon, you will have a sense of wonder. And before I end, I want to share to you a Bible verse that's found in Psalm 104, verse 19. It says, He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knows it's going down. We praise the Lord for creating the moon, sun, and stars on the fourth day of creation. The moon to be a lesser light and the sun to be the greater light. I hope you learned something about the moon today in my video in science.